What's the biggest challenge that the events industry faces today?
A mixture of things, I think. I think training and development has come a long way. I still don't think it's quite there. I think that at the moment there can be a tendency for young people wanting to get into the sector to focus perhaps all their energies on, perhaps doing a degree, which I think is very valid indeed. But I think it's also really important that they get a lot of experience alongside that. So a real mixture, and I'm not sure that is, throughout really. I think that's, and I think also the other thing that's an issue is stress and managing stress in the workplace around events. I think there is this perception for the younger ones coming in today, it's a young person's game, but like I've said, it's very fast paced. And I think that for, young people, you can be away from home a lot, you can end up with, working lots of hours. And I think it's about being mindful of actually, how much time and how much space you're giving people. And I also think on site as well at events, I think there's this tendency to, people have to be on site for the full duration of the event from start to finish. But I think it's about being clever and saying, actually do it in shifts, or, I think that mentality for me also needs to change a little bit. Possibly I think this is less so these days. I think more people recognise events management and as a career, as and understand how difficult being an events manager is. It's not just about organising some drinks and canapes, there's a lot more to it. And actually these days a lot more, because you have to demonstrate always return on investment. That's what's really important to clients. And I think for, the industry, that's what's changed. I also think the final issue, I've heard a lot, sorry, but, these are the kind of topical things at the moment. The final thing, which is a big thing at the moment, is of course a lot of the larger hotel groups are cutting commission. And I think that is a very interesting one. I think that was always going to come.
They're cutting
commission to agents. So the payment, they've reduced. The large hotel, Marriott and Hilton Hotel Group have both cut theirs. And I think for some agencies, that's a concern that others will follow.
What will the consequence of that be?
I think for venue finding agencies, people who specialise in venue finding alone will find it challenging going forward, because I think that others will potentially follow suit. I think it's particularly if you're a small independent venue finder, like the size of our company, I think that is going in future potentially to be an issue. For the larger people, the larger venue finders, possibly not, because they would still get their overrides and what have you. But yeah, for me, I think that's starting to become a bit of an issue.